My name is Fredrik Svanberg, and we're here at Pro Light and Sound with we have a joint stand with two industry partners, Digital Projection, who provides the projection in this dome projection here, and Dome Projection, who is doing auto calibration solutions for our Watch Out multi-display system. Let me just start to give you a brief overview of what is the idea of the Watch Out system and how it's being used. You find Watch Out typically in giant projection situations, doing 3D mapping on large buildings, for example, but also in fixed AV installations, in digital signage, in museums. A very common application for the product is creating widescreen digital scenography for corporate events, theater, and other live performances. And you can mix any type of display technology. You can use LED screens together with projections and LCD screens all in the same presentation. So it's really up to the design idea to create any kind of multi-display setup for whatever purpose. You can use any number of screens in any configuration. Projected images can be edge blended to create these kind of seamless panoramas or these dome and sphere projections. You can certainly use separate screens, angle screens, and even curved screens in the same system. You use Watch Out when you want to go beyond the single screen standard format presentation and you want to use multiple screens with a production idea. That's the whole purpose of the product. But in the new version 5, we also let you create truly interactive experiences. And let me give you some examples of what I mean with this. As you can see, I can control these two paddles here with my hands using a standard Microsoft Kinect motion sensor. I can even start to play the game here. And well, I'm not so very good in this, but the idea with this is not really to show you a computer game. You have seen this before and you know what a Microsoft Kinect is, and you've probably seen it on the widescreen as well. But what I'm doing here, this is just a metaphor for any kind of interactive file formats. I can use the same sensor, for example, to track the motion of any media on stage. So in this case, I have this animation with the rain cloud there following my actions here from the same Kinect motion sensor, triggering this. And you can use any interface to interact with the media content. For example, you've seen that I'm using an iPad here to trigger, to cue my presentation and load different segments of my presentation. But perhaps most interesting here is that this allows me to be interactive with the media elements that I have on my screen. So for example, in this scenario, we have a situation where we can allow people to have voting systems in the crowd, and you can get the results coming in here and manipulate all this in real time. You can also use dynamic media content such as RSS feeds, web services, and other things coming streaming over the network. In this case, we just have a CNN news feed here on the screen, and that becomes just a normal media element in Watch Out, which you can manipulate like this all in real time. Another new feature of version 5 is something we call a dynamic image server, which is a separate piece of software that helps you manage all these dynamic media content that you might want to use in the presentation. So in this case, I'm going to use a camera here on my iPad, and I'm going to take, let's see, different lighting conditions here. I have our German distributors here, Rainer Bedig, and I'm going to take a picture of him, and I'm going to upload that directly to the screen. So what I'm doing now is not just capturing the output from the iPad here. I have no wires attached here. This is the picture is taken from the iPad. It's transferred wirelessly over any standard Wi-Fi connection, and then the dynamic image server grabs it and put it into the screen. I can also use the keyboard here and type some text here. Hello. Yep, I can even spell. No, not very good. Type some text here, and this can of course come streaming over the internet. You can have somebody texting you a message from another city. I'm sure you understand the concept of being interactive like this. Live video, I have to walk over here to my small little green screen over here,